Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And I'm Chase.
and you're watching, what's the show called?
Posers Must
Posers Must
Die?
Die, our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Chase, we are pals. We're back again, talking about fun things. Before we get into our reviews for this episode, I do want to talk for a minute about the show that I went to last night. I went and saw Black Flag, the new Black Flag with Greg Ginn and three youths who he's hired. Very interesting. Um, one, I got to meet Greg Ginn at Set Break. Uh, oh, by the way, I should back up. There was a set break. There was no opening band.
Oh,
They,
wow.
Black Flag played a dozen songs, had a break. There was an intermission, and then came back and played another
Wow.
dozen songs. Um, Unusual. Um, the three new members of Black Flag are all like 22, 23, and they're combined. Greg Ginn is older than all three of them combined.
Oh,
He's
wow.
71. But I had a quick hello and a handshake with him when he was getting a beer, and that was cool. He was nice. But I will say, I really enjoyed myself. This was really fun. Big heavy praise for uh, the new singer Sam Finelli. She's like the whole show. She's awesome. So um, it was very cool. Had a fun time. So would do again.
And that was at the Hawthorne, right?
It was at the Hawthorne.
Cool.
Man, it
It's
was
nice and intimate. Well,
butt
intimate-ish.
ass cold last night, and but yeah, had a good time for sure. Um, yeah, hey, why don't we get into our reviews this week? Chase, we've got a brand new album to talking about. Tell us about it.
Let's see. This week we got Void Monuments, Posthumous Imprecation, released January 16th on Blood Harvest from St. Petersburg, Russia, and this is their debut album. Blackened death metal, I'd say.
Honestly, they're marketing it that way, but I just hear death metal. I just hear old school death metal, and like, so they're a newer band, but boy, are they playing the style of death metal that does me right. It is like this is pummeling, crushing, like shit that like it's like Vader meets Entombed, and I am here for it. This is the death metal flavor that I crave, and for this genre anyway. Like so this, yeah, big horns up. For me, especially, I don't have a ton of interest or bandwidth for death metal these days. Uh,
Yeah.
but I really like this. I thought it was excellent. Um, uh, but yeah, some key tracks for me. Really liked Devilish Prophecies, Decapitate the Saints, um, Sign of Blasphemy, Ascent to the Crucifixion. Really, this whole album was great. Uh, some thoughts from you.
Yeah. Your highlights are my highlights. Devilish Prophecies, Ascend to Crucifixion, or Ascent to the Crucifixion, and the Sign of Blasphemy. I especially liked the songs where they implemented keyboards, a lot of synths in the background. It's
Yeah,
background music. It doesn't steal from anything that's going on in the front. But Devilish Prophecy is probably my standout track, just because of how they kind of sneak them into the background and just kind of becomes part of the landscape. And it's like you were saying, just this pummeling bones to dust style of death metal. But it's I always picture like a void when it comes to this kind of black metal, like because there's like death metal where it's Cannibal Corpse and oh we're killing somebody and whatnot, and then there's like the more extreme versions of death metal where it's essentially just deathcore, but it's still death metal, like death metal lyrics and whatnot. But
okay.
I like these where they get into the abstract and they start talking about like well okay the name of the album essentially if you think about it in normal English and not Latin, it's it just means uh, putting a curse on a dead person,
Yeah, pretty
and it's
cool.
like that's yeah, that's an interesting concept in
Yeah.
and of itself.
Um,
And I also noticed that in this one they had like the lead guitarist goes really crazy on his solos. Like they're
mm-hmm,
not too long, but they tend to be really distorted, and
mm-hmm.
it's like they're really short, or they're too distorted. It's never really one or the other. So it's like it's a cool solo that pops up, but it's like, oh, I could have used more of that, or I could have actually been able to, hear it better. Would have been nice.
Okay, interesting. Um, and is it note like the keyboard thing? It's like it's subtle. It's kind of like so it's not like it's like if Nocturnus just used it as like an accent, not like we're using a lot of this. You know what I mean? Um,
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Thank you. And also maybe a little bit of incantation vibes too. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Because I was like, what satanic death metal band does this remind me of? I'm like, oh, incantation. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And the sign of blasphemy was this. I thought it was like half a Behemoth song. There was like a lot of blastiness in that one,
sure.
and that was fun. But I said that I initially said that about the whole album, and I was like, no, just because a band uses blast beat doesn't mean they sound like Behemoth. Although,
Sure. Yeah, but overall, really like this Invocation. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's a really cool one too. Um, but yeah, dig this album. Really, really like it. Go, man. Death metal freaks like I hard wreck.
right there with
Yeah.
you.
Okay, cool. Chase, do you have any more anything on this? Or are we ready to move on?
I agree. Check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, right
Good
on.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. Void Monuments, great stuff. Great stuff. Um, let's see. So that segment that bears your name, boy, do we have a doozy to talk about this week?
This week we have Slayer, Show No Mercy, released December 3rd, 1983 on Metal Blade Records. Hey, good old Metal Blade,
Yeah.
Slayer's debut album. And before we start, fun fact, did you know that Slayer is the third Slayer in the Encyclopedia Metallum entry? It's the third one
Yeah.
down. Yeah, the Japanese heavy metal band, a British new wave heavy metal band, and then Slayer.
Yeah, those first two, I think they each had like a 7 inch, or something crazy. Because I have looked at that. Nothing really of import. Of course, there was also the other American Slayer, the San Antonio, Texas Slayer, who were a bit of a speed
Yeah.
metal band. And they had an EP and a couple albums, I think. But yeah, I mean, they certainly didn't come anywhere near touching this Slayer. Although one
No.
time there was a show they played together in Texas, the Slayer versus Slayer show, the famous gig. But um, but yeah, uh, Show No Mercy. It is the second ever thrash metal album, and following Kill 'Em All, released earlier in 1983. And I love this one. It's Seasons in the Abyss is probably the best Slayer album, but this is probably my favorite one. Uh, it's just Judas Priest and Venom together at last, and
Yes.
it's just a great record. I really like this a lot. I mean, uh, hardly, I mostly love or like all of these songs to varying degrees. I mean, from Evil Has No Boundaries and The Antichrist and Die by the Sword, Fight Till Death. It's like, wow, okay, that's just like four killers in a row. Um, uh, and Die by the Sword is love that song so much. Um, uh, if you remember, Atomic Terror, the band I manage, covered "Fight Till Death"
Oh yeah.
on their last EP, and that was a cool rendition. Yes, and yeah, and then there's a couple songs that I think are just like they're good, but I understand why they're like not like why I saw Slayer 13 times and I never heard anybody crying out for Face the Slayer or Cryonics. Never happened, okay? I like those songs, but they're not as great as the rest of it. Black Magic is awesome, and that's like a live staple. You usually get that and By the Sword, get played to this day. Even though Slayer's only playing festivals now. Um, uh, Tormentor, I like a lot. It has a great. I love that chorus. There's a sick riff, and it has this progression where it's like running from shadows, blinded by fear. Like that is so sick. I love that. That is that section is like the tastiest section of shit in this whole album, I think. Um, but the final command is really cool too. And of course, the closing, closing with Cryonics and then Show No Mercy, the title cut. Um, yeah, man, Slayer out the gate being like, holy shit, blowing away everything that had come before them in heavy metal or speed metal at the time. It's like, wow, it's the second thrash metal album, and it's like, holy shit, these guys are already the leaders of the pack.
And that's at the top of my notes here is that I haven't actually listened to this album since the early 2000s, and I threw it on and was like, God, Slayer was just always Slayer, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Slayer delivers the goods, and just the ferocity and of this record. But again, I love this one because it's like there's so much classic heavy metal in it. It's like the perfect. It's like here we are. It's 1983, and here is the pivot point. Heavy metal kicks ass, but here comes thrash metal, and whoa, wow, it is like the beginning of the future, if that makes sense.
Oh, I get you. I get you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
Um,
I love this one.
it's we talked about this with the Kill 'Em All review, but like it's just funny because those first couple of thrash albums and thrash bands and whatnot, their influences were all like new wave British heavy metal or just European metal in general.
Yeah,
And this one, like I swear, how to put it, all of these songs sound like Slayer songs except for Black Magic, which definitely has more of that new wave British heavy metal, European metal sort of influence over it, but it's still a fucking Slayer song through and through. I
yeah.
kind of contradicted myself there, but I think you know what I'm getting at
I
there.
think Black
Uh,
Magic is the closest to like kind of copying Venom. I mean,
okay.
it's Bloodlust and it's Witching Hour in one song. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But and yet it's arguably superior to either of those songs. It's great. But yeah, dude, fucking Slayer. We love Slayer, and this album is great, and it's like we already covered the Haunting the Chapel EP a while back, but it's like
Yeah.
as killer as this is, it's like wow, they go from strength to strength, like boom, because like the Haunting the Chapel EP is just like four songs that or three/4 songs because originally
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have Aggressive Perfector, like that like almost blow this full length away, and then
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
and then Hell Awaits comes along. It's like, whoa, holy shit, we are, whoa, and we're gonna be talking about that one later in the year too. But yeah, dude.
Out of
Oh,
curiosity, what would you say the first week Slayer offering was?
honestly, dude, of the classic albums, I will say like South of Heaven is just kind of like not a favorite for me. I just don't
Okay.
like it all that much. It's fine. I don't dislike it, but I mean like
I said weakest, not lamest or anything. So yeah,
right.
yeah,
No, I
I
don't
get
think
you.
it's a lame album. I
Yeah.
think, and we're gonna talk about it later this year. But I think South of Heaven is like okay. Rain and Blood was just like fast, fast, fast the whole time, right? And then South of Heaven is just like they're doing a lot of slower songs on it, and it's just like man, I kind of wish that the two of those albums kind of split the difference, which is sort of what they did with Seasons in the Abyss. It's kind of all every kind of Slayer song is on Seasons, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I just like
Okay.
uh, South of Heaven is like it's not enough fast stuff for me. Is my problem. But I like it. I promise I like it, and we are going to talk about it later this year. But yeah, dude, Show No Mercy, great, love it, love Slayer. Um, I'm glad you got to see Slayer several times. I saw them a whole bunch of times, and
We
you
we
know,
saw them together at least twice.
at
Once
least
that we knew
twice,
of.
once that we knew of. But yeah, one time we went together. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, but it's funny. I got a lot of Slayer shows in early on. Like, um, but yeah, um, yeah. Why don't, are we ready to move on to concert calendar? I think. Upcoming shows. Yeah, okay. So coming up on January 29th at the High Limit Room, we got some hardcore Guerra, Ambretta, Lorraine, and Conscript. That's going to be like $13. Not bad. Let's see,
A bad
and
price at all? No.
not a bad price at all. And then the very next evening, also at the High Limit Room, I think I'm going to be at this. Um, it's January 30th. Guilt Tradition, Plague Mind, Witness the End, Ripped Off, and Found Out are playing. That's only $7. That's going to be rad, dude. So, like, I'm into that. Um, the very next night at the Blackwater, Stainless and Leather Bitch with support from Crag Dweller. This is going to be a night of traditional heavy metal of varying degrees. I don't know anything about Crag Dweller, so I may be speaking too soon, but this will be fun. Looking forward to this. Let's see. We've got um, more back to the High Limit Room for some hardcore. It's Reflex, What It Meant, Rise Up, Found Out, and Southmouth. $13. This is Thursday, February 5th. That should be cool, man. Get it. Get
I
some
just looked
hard.
them up.
Who?
I just looked them up. Craigslist, Jesus Christ, Crag Dweller
Yeah.
is a stoner metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I'll be bored by that. No.
My.
I'm kidding around. So hey, if you're down in Bend, Oregon, get down to the Silver Moon Brewing on February 6th and see Damage Overdose with Gathering, Weapon World, Nerve Damage, and Spina. That's a diverse bill of extreme metal. Get some enjoyment out of that if you're there. Let's see. And oh, here we go. I know, what a weird way to phrase that. Sunday, February 8th at the Star Theater. Oh, I'm going to be there to see Savage Master with High Spirits. And that's some traditional heavy metal. We got support from Oxygen Destroyer, death metal, and Stress Test, kind of a crossover, crusty thrash, who I love. I love the shit out of. I try not to miss a Stress Test show, let me tell you. So this is going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be tired as hell because I do work that day. But whatever, I work at 12. But sometimes you just rally. You got to do it for heavy fucking metal. So February 11th at Dante's, 80s Thrashers, Exhorder, with support from Louis Seidel. That's early members of, or ex-members of Suicidal Tendencies, performing early Suicidal Tendencies material. I've seen them before. They're great. It's going to be rad. Support also from Grindcore Legends Phobia and Slowhole and Ringworm. Don't know anything about those bands, but that'll be cool. Cool
I
times.
believe I believe Ringworm is something along the lines of like a hate breed hardcore band, like that
Okay,
sort of thing. But I could be wrong because there was a band called Ringworm that was on like Stillborn or one of those
sure.
guys' record.
It could
I don't
very
know.
well be that. And honestly, that seems like it would fit pretty well on that bill. But oh, fast forward to February 12th, uh, Coroner, Swiss Technical Thrash Metal Gods, Coroner uh, with special guests, Heathen. Holy crap, two legendary thrash metal bands on one bill. That's gonna rule at the Hawthorne Theater. You and I are gonna be there with bells on, having a good ass
That
time.
that will not suck.
It will not suck. It will actually rule. So heck yeah. Let's see. At the high watermark, Saturday, February 21st, it's Silver Talon with Starcourt and I Am the Intimidator kicking off uh, their tour. They're going to be hitting the Southwest and Texas, and we wish them all the best on that. Love the hell out of Silver Talon. Those guys are rad. Um, yes, and March 1st at the Hawthorne Theater, Gorilla Biscuits and Ignite will be playing, getting you some hardcore. Gorilla Biscuits, classic New York hardcore band. Get some enjoyment out of that if you can. Let's see. Oh, don't know the venue yet, venue TBA, but it's a double dose of speed metal. Solicitor and Trencher will be playing a venue in Portland, yet to be determined, on March 8th. And gotta go. And I think we gotta go to this. Um, uh,
Nice.
with apologies to Agnostic Front. But yeah, love the hell out of Solicitor, and that's just gonna be awesome. So that looking forward to that big time. Um, then of course March 14th, holy shit, it's the tour of the year. Testament, Thrash of the Titans, with with very special guests, Overkill and Destruction, a triple thrash threat for the ages. This is going to be so dope. Pretty jazzed about this one,
Uh,
Chase?
can't wait, man. Can't
Yeah.
fucking wait.
I can't wait to thrash tonight or in March. Okay. Uh, let's see. And then Saturday, March 28th, it's the Northwest Massacre, Volume 2. This is way up in, not way up, it's an hour away, in Longview, Washington, uh, at a new venue, the Salty Beaver. This is all ages. This is an all ages death metal festival, gang. Cardiac arrest, sadistic intent, massacre, petrification, oxygen destroyer, coffin rot, hemorrhoid, hell slot, back from death, and a couple other bands. This is going to be a killer bill. If and you can, get up there and enjoy this. Wow. Okay, and then, oh man, what is it? March 31st at Dante's, we are going to be seeing new wave of British heavy metal kings, Raven. Love it.
Let's make it all for one, buddy.
All for one. Yeah, so rad. But very, very jazzed about that. So amped that we are going to be seeing Raven. Oh, love it. Um, and then April 14th at the Roseland, we're going to see Guar again for the first time in a long time. Soulfly and King Parrot are going to be in support. That's not going to be lame. Let me tell you. Looking forward to that. And the following evening, shit yeah, dude, we are going to be raging, running in that circle pit to Drain. Because Drain
Our
is
friends and yours.
Our friends and yours, Drain. Crossover hardcore kings. These guys are so rad. Love it. So excited about that. Let's see. And then on Saturday, April 18th, I think you're going to be going to this. The Godless Four
Probably, yeah.
Tour. Behemoth, Deicide, Rotting Christ, and Immolation. Wow. That's a hell of a stacked bill. Man, several old school death metal legends and Behemoth too. So right on. Let's see. And then Saturday, or no, actually, I don't know what day of the week it is, but April 25th at the Blackwater, Insecticide, 80s thrash metal legends, Insecticide are going to be here with support from Pilau, Blade, and Betrayer. That's going to be a great show. Man, so rad. Love it. And then on April 28th, I'm going up to the Paramount Theater in Seattle, Washington to see Halloween. Loving that. That's going to be
Jazz for you on that one.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. It's going to be a happy, happy Halloween for this Silver Shamrock. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. And then fast forward to the future. It's August. Seems so far away, but let me tell you, it's going to be here before we know it. The Soldiers of Steel Festival 2. First wave of announcements. Holy shit. Still, like, it's already, like, stacked as hell. Sanctuary will be performing their classic albums, Refuge Denied and Into the Mirror Black, in their entirety. Sacred 80s power metal band Sacred Blade are playing their first show in the States since 1983. The Accused AD are going to be playing an old school Accused set. I don't know how that would be any different than a current Accused AD set, but okay. And Bloodstar, Skeletor, and Tower Hill are going to be there. That's a great selection of excellent power metal or traditional metal bands. Going to be awesome. And there's a bunch more bands to be announced, and I'm in the loop on who some of these bands are going to be, and I will tell you I'm very excited, and you folks are going to be very excited when you find out just who else is going to be on this festival. Holy crap. But that will conclude this episode of Posers Must Die. Chase, why don't you hit us with the sign off, baby?
Thanks for watching. like, comment, subscribe, and remember, warriors everywhere, raise your hands into the air. We're warriors, warriors of the world. I meant others, but you know what I meant. Man of war.
Yeah, we love Man of War, even though they're not great humans.
Yeah.
Kinda. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're just misunderstood. But anyway, but the Man of War does rule. And good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Bye.